what you call a fearsome dinosaur singing with a group of his friends. A Tyrannosaurus Rex. Alright lads and lasses, welcome back to the channel again. Today we're going to be diving into the world of ultralight camping stoves. Alright, and we're going to be comparing two very popular stoves, the BRS ultralight stove and the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. So if you're in the market for a new stove or you're just curious to see about performance, dimensions, etc., stick around and check out the vid. Alright, so here's the two stoves. The MSR Pocket Rocket 2 comes in this little case, and the BRS 3000 ultralight comes in this small packet. Alright, so the first thing that you need to be aware of with these two stoves is there is a huge difference in price tag. This little fella, the BSR ultralight stove, you can pick this up for anywhere under £20. Alright, so it's not going to break your bank, and it's a great little stove. The MSR Pocket Rocket 2, however, will set you back around about the £40 mark, thereabouts, depending on where you buy it from. Alright, so big difference in tags. Under 20 quid, around about 40, double the price. So, starting with the BRS 3000 ultralight, like I said, comes in this little pouch. Okay, just drop it out there. And there's the stove itself, that's what you get. Okay, that's the stove itself, the BRS 3000. So, dimensions when it's folded like this, 3 by 3 by 5 centimeters, and the weight is around about 25 grams, and it's made primarily of titanium and aluminium. Okay, that's a BRS 3000, and I'll open it up in a minute when we do a little test. Okay, so next we have the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. Comes in this little plastic container, which is very handy for storage. Just pop it out, and there's the stove itself. Alright, nice looking little stove, great little thing. Alright, so with this the dimensions are roughly 4.4 times 5.1 times 7.5 centimeters when it's folded like this. Alright, so it's about 1.5 times the size of the BSR stove. It weighs in at about 73 grams. So again, it's almost 3 times as heavy as the BSR stove. This is light, but that's even lighter. And again, this is slightly different. It's primarily made of stainless steel and aluminium. Alright, so as you can see, alright, I'll get these both out together. I'll pull out the BSR again there, put them side by side. That's them side by side for comparison, and you can see that the BSR ultralight is quite a bit smaller and it's much lighter, but again, weight isn't the only thing that matters in the stove. So let's take a little bit of a deeper dive. So here's the two stoves folded out beside each other. You know, first of all, look, so you've got the BSR ultralight there. Alright, now this stove is known for its minimalistic design, and it is a favourite amongst ultra lightweight backpackers. Because it's made of titanium and aluminium, it is lightweight, but it's still very robust. Its small size obviously means that it's very packable. Alright, so very favourite tool amongst lightweight backpackers. Alright, now the MSR Pocket Rocket 2, it's a successor to the beloved original Pocket Rocket. It offers a reliable and a more rugged design. It is slightly heavier, but its stainless steel components mean that it might withstand a bit more rough handling. So another crucial aspect to bear in mind for some people, alright, is where the stoves are made. Now, the BSR Ultralight, this is made in China, alright, and while MSR is manufactured and made in the US of A. Now, obviously, there's some factors like this, supporting local industries, etc., that could make a difference to some people who are interested in one of these stoves. China, USA. So, you know, if we start talking about performance, both of these stoves do offer pretty rapid boiling times. Alright, in my personal opinion, and it is just my personal opinion, I think the flame control on the slightly larger Pocket Rocket 2 is a bit better than this one, you know, and which probably, depending on what the circumstances are, might make it a little bit more appealing to myself and some others. However, it's the minimalistic design and the lightweight, the packability that the guys who go out counting every gram in the pack, and these ultralight guys love this stove, you know, and it's their favourite by far. So the next thing to do, we're going to test both of these stoves. I'm going to quickly boil up 300 millilitres of water with both stoves. Alright, just to see how fast we can boil that, because that's roughly the right amount for a quick brew on the fly when you're out on your adventures or up in the hills. Alright, so we're going to start with, sorry, knocking that all over the place, we'll move out of the way actually. We're going to start with the BSR ultralight. Alright, and it just screws on, it's just a little thread. I'm going to thread them on. It says, if I can get it on there. There we are. A bit easier when you pick it up like that. Neither of these stoves come with a little clicky lighter, piezo lighter, so you do need a separate lighter as well. So if you're minimalistic backpacker, remember you're going to need the weight of a lighter, which if it's a bit, it's going to be next to nothing anyway. Alright, so I'm going to get 300 mils of water in this. Okay, on she goes. Turn it on. Turn that down a bit. See straight away, it's very powerful. I'll start my stopwatch. That's away now. We'll see how quick that boils. Turned up a little bit, and I'm just going to grab a tea towel or something before I burn my hand doing this, because I don't have any gloves. I think this is very powerful. For such a small stove, that really kicks out some heat, as you can see there. Don't want to do it much higher than that. I'll be burning the handles. Starting to bubble away already, that, and that's only been going 50 seconds. That's already coming to a slow boil at 1 minute. We're a minute 30 there, and it is starting to come to a slow boil right now. I'll bring you on and let you have a look. So that's boiling there, and that was approximately 135 seconds. Okay, so we'll get that one turned off. You can see, powerful little stove. Yeah, so about 135, 136 that was there. So what I'll do is I'll empty this out now. I'll get some cold water, some more cold water. I'm not going to use the same obviously, and we'll go with the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. Okay, so now it's the MSR Pocket Rocket 2's turn. Alright, I've got a fresh cup of cold water there, 300 mils again, and like that sort of ultralight, this just threads on. A little bit easier to get this one. It's not as fiddly because it's a little bit bigger. You know, upsides, downsides to everything in there. Okay, right, so all we're going to do, same thing, set that on there. I think what I'll do this time, once I've set it away, I'll bring these over and I'll just pop these over the top so you can see it boiling. Alright, so turn it on. Again, see how powerful that is there. Now we'll set the timer away. Timer's on. Let's see how well this runs, so I'll bring you over. So that took 1 minute to boil. Alright, so a bit faster performance, quicker performance, bigger stove, more flame control, a bit more of a burning area, you know, and a better result in all fairness. Alright, so that's the two of them side by side. So there you have it. So that was the BSR Ultralight 3000 and the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. You know, in all fairness guys, right, both of these stoves are absolutely fantastic stoves in their own right. If you want something very lightweight and minimalistic for the sake of 30 seconds, then this is a lethal little stove. It's absolutely brilliant, you know. I love it, it's great. Like I said, I don't do a great bit of ultralight packing, but for less than 20 quid or thereabouts, you can't go wrong with that stove. But I'm more often than not, if I'm coming close to ultralight camping, carry this, just because it is a little bit faster, and for this difference in size, right, the flame control, I mean this is great for boiling water and stuff, but if you want to cook then you need a little bit more flame control. I didn't do a cooking comparison because the video would have went on a little bit longer, but all in all, my personal preference is the MSR Pocket Rocket 2, sorry. However, I'm taking nothing away from the BSR Ultralight stove because it's an absolutely brilliant little stove in its own right. Okay guys, thanks again for tuning in to this episode, the review of the BSR Ultralight stove and the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. If you have used either of these stoves, you know, I'm dead interested in your views on them and opinions on them, so leave a comment down below in the comment sections. I'll look out for them. Any questions, queries, I'll do my best to answer them if you pop them in there. I do appreciate your comments, I read them all, you know, pop them in. I'll come back here with anything that you need to know. Also, if anybody's got any suggestions with any reviews they'd like to see in the coming future, I'll do my best to enable that for you as well. So yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Until the next episode, take care and stay safe.